Hello, hello. How everyone doing tonight? We're going to go ahead and get started in a few minutes. Okay, Louis, can you hear me? Katrina, can you hear me? Make sure I turn my phone off. Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, there you are.
Okay.
I saw you were trying to come earlier.
I couldn't see anything.
Okay, I'll make sure I turn my phone off. Okay, and we're going to get started in about a minute.
Okay, cool. I'm trying to stuff my face. I haven't ate all day.
Oh my. All right. And welcome to another lab session with Upright Solutions. And I am your host this evening, Tanya Franklin. I am the CAO, owner, founder of Upright Solutions. And tonight, this is my first time having a co-host, and I'm going to introduce her to you. And for those that this is the first time ever doing a video of any kind with me, I do notes because I can talk forever. So for me to stay on task, I write notes. I'm going to introduce my co-host, and her name is Patricia Brown. Yay! Welcome, Patricia. Welcome, Patricia. And she is the owner, founder, CEO, and all of that of Elite Business Solutions, which is an advertising agency. And she has been in business for 4 years. And she is from Atlanta, hot Atlanta.
Yay.
So welcome. Tonight, we are going to talk about branding. And I've had, and the reason why I wanted to do this video, because I've had a number of clients who've asked me, well, what is branding? What I've heard about it, but I really don't know exactly what it is. So I wanted to do this video to kind of give like the nuts and bolts, simple form, simple understanding of what branding is and what it's about. So I'm going to go into my little spiel first. The reason why, and another reason why I titled this Breathing Life, Breathing Branding into your business is because you can advertise, you can do all of those things and still miss the mark in really establishing your business, because branding is extremely important. It's really important. And you can get discouraged. You can get even despondent and want to start, maybe this stuff isn't working. But you have to understand how branding is very, very important into the life of your business and how it helps it to be successful. So that's why I titled this Branding Life into Your Business. And so we're going to do an inhale and we're going to exhale. We're going to inhale and exhale. And the inhale part is where you're taking in all the information, and Patrina is going to help us to be able to push the information out and to manifest it. So those are the two aspects of this particular lab session. And first, we're going to talk about what is branding. And simply put, this is what I tell my clients, that branding is identifying yourself, and it's putting an identity to your product or your service that helps you to stand out from other products and services that are similar to yours. And because it's very, very important, there are thousands of hairdressers, salons, there are thousands of people that sell weave, there are thousands of people that sell car products. The industry is just overloaded with people of doing the same thing. So for you to be successful is that you have to stand out. There has to be something about you and about your product that helps you to stand out, so that you can attract the right target audience. And I don't want to jump onto Patrina's part, so I'm going to stick to my script so that I don't go over what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's why I have to do scripts sometimes, because when I got a lot in my head and a lot of things that I want to say, I can just run over stuff. And I try to do things decent and in order. So that's why I'm looking at my paper, not because I'm dumb and I don't know what I'm talking about. It's because I have to stick to a script so that I know when to shut up and let Patrina talk. Okay. So also, the next thing we talked, I gave you everyone a definition of what branding is and who does branding affect. And now I have a BA degree in mass communications, and when I initially went into that field, I was really just looking to just be a writer. That's really all I wanted to do. But I ended up taking some marketing courses, and I'm old. I'm 40-ish. So, marketing has come a long way since I took those classes, but the fundamentals and the basics are still the same. And I learned so much in those classes that it really just opened my eyes up to a different world. And I was like, okay, this is something I think I want to get into. I think I'll get into marketing, PR. And so now that I have decided to launch my business, now I'm really just digging into exactly what it is that I want to do. So one of the things that I learned in branding, that branding affects three different sectors. First, it affects your potential customers, and because how branding affects your potential customers, it affects their choice on what to buy, who to buy from. And so branding is really important for your potential customers, your leads, if you will. So that is the first sector. Branding affects your existing customers because you want to continue to build that trust with them so that they continue to buy from you, and also to become referrals, so that they provide leads for new customers. So you don't want a one-stop shop customer or client where they just buy from you one time and then you don't hear from them again. You want them to continue to buy from you. You want them to continue to support your services, utilize your services. So branding helps to establish and build trust. And also your third tier is you, because it helps to express who you are. It helps to express who you are in the professional in a professional way, in a personal way. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that as well as we go on with this video. And so another thing is why is branding important? Why is it important? Everybody's always talking about, oh, are you branded? Who's your business coach? And all of that. So why is branding so important? Why in the world is it so important? And it's important because it helps to increase value. It helps to increase value. And you're going to hear a lot of that between Katrina and I tonight, that word right there, the V word, value, because value is like, it's synonymous to the air of your business. Your business can't breathe without value. Okay. And so it helps to increase value to who you are and to what people can expect to get from you in relation to their needs, because you're in business not only just to make money for yourself, but you're in business to provide a solution for a problem for clients. So you have to, it's very important that branding is like a cornerstone almost, if you will, of your business, because it helps to increase value. It also helps to make an impression on what you sell. I'm not going to call any names, but I have seen some businesses where they sell certain particular products, and the audience that they are trying to attract, it has nothing to do with the product, nothing. And you're kind of like sitting there like, okay, you're sending me email blasts. You're sending me. You're texting me these coupons, and none of this stuff even applies to me. And so then guess what? Your audience gets bored and they become frustrated. So then when you do start selling particular content that may cater to them, they're pretty much like, oh, they were trying to send me some stuff that didn't have anything to do with me. So you want to make a good impression, and branding helps to make a good impression. And I'm going to put a pin in my notes and say this, is that first impressions, people say first impressions are lasting impressions, which is true. But even in business, you're going to make mistakes. And sometimes you're not going to always hit the mark as far as meeting the needs and desires of your customers or your clients. But even in that, you still continue to build. You build. Sometimes you have to revamp your brand. And there's nothing wrong with that, because if you're in business, and I know that Katrina can even testify to this, that sometimes you have to rebuild and reboot and revamp and all these other re's to do whatever it is to make a good impression, a lasting impression, a money-making impression on your customers. So that is another reason why branding is important. Another reason why branding is important is that it helps to create trust. And I said something about that earlier in regards to how branding affects your existing customers. But you want to create trust. There are so many scam artists that are popping up, businesses are popping up every 5 minutes, and you never know when and especially because we are living in such a technological and virtual world. Anybody can do anything and not even sell products, but they can get your money. So it's very important that your brand is a brand that people can trust. When people see Nike, when people see McDonald's, when people see Ford, Toyota, Saturn, Nissan, these are brands that certain people that they can trust. These are, they say, oh, okay, I'm gonna give a prime example. Now, Toyota has been, around a long time. And my mom's first car, and this is like back before the 80s. Okay. That's just how long this has been. And my mom, her first car was a Toyota, and she never had any problems out of that car. So that particular brand, that trust that Toyota had established, my mom was like, I won't buy any other car except a Toyota. And because their brand had established trust with her. And so that's why branding is really, 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 really important. And I have one more. Another reason, my final reason, is that it is supportive to marketing. It's supportive to advertising. It's kind of like a hand in glove type of deal. It helps you to stand out. It helps your advertising to stand out. There are people who do extremely wonderful flyers, and people oh, that looks really nice. But if you have not established yourself as a brand to stand out with that particular flyer, you're going to get some clients, you're going to get some leads, but it won't propel to the level that it should if you're not branded, because it's all about trust and value. And I know that Patrina's going to hit that, and that's why I'm sticking my notes, because I do not want to jump into her pool, because she's going to do some exhaling for us. So let's see. Now we're going to start exhaling. So we've inhaled, and those that are just coming on, like Olivia, Purely Exquisite, hello, and Obi, hello. Make sure that you have inhaled, because now we're getting ready to go on the roller coaster part now, and we're getting ready to exhale, because we want our businesses to stay alive. Hello, Red World LLC in the house tonight. So we want to be able to exhale, because we deal with, as a business owner, we wear 1,000 hats. And sometimes we need our businesses to be resuscitated as we're steady trying to pump life into it, doing things not necessarily the wrong way, but doing things that could be done better. So that is, we're getting ready to exhale. We're going to go on a roller coaster ride, and I hope Patrina has taken a sip of her drink and that she is ready to go.
Yes,
So I'm going to talk about color schemes. I'm going to talk about social media platforms, and I'm going to definitely give Patrina an opportunity to share on the platforms as well. I don't want, to be honest, I really didn't, when I was writing out my notes on the platforms, social media platforms, I didn't write a lot, because I want your input on this as well. So I'm not going to say everything. I'm just going to say little snippets of things for you to jump in. And then I'm going to talk about the infamous business cards. And then Patrina's going to take it from there. She's going to talk about tips on branding, media pieces, which is going to be very interesting. And for those that are on, please stay on. Make sure that you get that part, because that's going to be an awesome discussion. And logos as well as content. Now, color schemes. Now, I'm going to tell you, and I got to take me a sip right quick, Patrina. Okay? I got to take me a sip. I've had something to eat today, But I realized on my way after picking up my kids that I didn't have anything to drink, and I was wondering why my throat was hurting. So,
Right.
all right. Back to this. Now, one thing, I have a client right now that is raring to go. She's doing so many things, and she's ready to move it to the next level, and she's ready to stand out. And I talked to her about her colors. Like, what are your colors? What are your color schemes? I'm asking the basic questions. Who are you? What it is that you want to do? Because you have to ask these questions to your clients. And if you're branding yourself, you need to ask these questions to yourself. You need to ask yourself these questions. Who am I? What is it that I want to do? What is it that I want my clients, my market to see? What is it about me that I want to be attractive to them so that they can buy from me? Okay, so these are the type of questions that I was asking her, and she was giving me a list of colors. I'm going to say a list because it was a list of colors that someone had suggested to her. And so as I'm sitting there, we're doing our consultation, and I'm talking to her, and I'm like, I'm not seeing any of those colors, resonating with who you are as a person and as a business person. I'm like, I'm not seeing that. And I'm still learning professional tact on how to tell somebody, no, that's jacked up, that's wrong, without hurting their feelings. So I'm still learning it. Maybe Katrina can help me to learn how to do that. But
I have problems.
But, I was telling her, I said, I don't see that those colors are really resonating and connecting with you, so that when your audience sees that they're saying, oh, well, this is the person that is like this, and I can trust her with this when I give my money. And so that's why I did a video about 2 weeks ago about color palettes. And so we're going to talk, and I really thought that was important to talk about that. And colors, they deal, psychologists say, and we even know this without psychology, that we are visual people, 8% of the time. And what we see it dictates, or it influences everything about us. It influences how we think. It influences it influences our desires. Our being visual really is influential. And so when you see your color, when people look at your colors, they automatically, whether they really understand what the colors mean, there's a certain part of their brain that actually connects with that particular color when they see it in your business. So colors are important, and I'm going to go over some of the colors. Yellow. We all know McDonald's, big, yellow. Okay. And yellow symbolizes cheerfulness, caution, happiness, joy. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Now, when I did some research on these colors some while back, then I thought about that, and I said, McDonald's, whoever is their marketing and branding crew, they're awesome, because guess what? They have the little JOY. They have the little joy thing. They have the word joy, and they have the little arches. So it's like all of that connects with the color yellow. And I was like, that is awesome. These people are geniuses. I'm like, I got to start thinking like that. So it's associated, yellow is associated with positivity. They're always surrounding, the little kitties, something, with the family. When you see commercials with McDonald's, you don't see, all kind of crazy stuff in their commercials. It's representing a family, or it's family oriented, or it's the people in the commercials are always smiling and happy. Even the workers are smiling and happy in McDonald's commercials. And it's synonymous. All of it connects and ties with the color, their color palette that they've chosen, which is yellow. White is now a lot of people don't like using white, but white actually has some really good symbolic properties. It is symbolic of innocence, simplicity, and truthfulness. So if you want people to trust you, if that is a big thing that you are trying to convey to your target market, you might want to throw a little white in there. And it's basic, but in it being basic, you can always dress it up and make it to come alive and add on to the white. Orange, which is one of my colors, one of my branding colors, and orange symbolizes affordability, creativity, fun, and enthusiasm. And to be honest, when I came up with the color palette for my business, I really didn't even take into consideration these type of things. Not to the extent that I probably should have. I picked colors that I felt that resonated with who I was as a person, and not even realizing how I was branding myself with my color palette. So that is what orange symbolizes. Red symbolizes action, aggressiveness, energy, love, passion, strength. Coca-Cola, Red Bull, YouTube, all of these brands, these logos, they have those colors, and these are the things that they're trying to convey to you. So when you look at these different types of logos, think about, okay, well, what is this saying to me? What is this resonating in me as a consumer? And then you ask those same questions when you're branding yourself, or if you are thinking about getting into the business of helping people with branding, you think about those questions to ask your customers, your clients. Pink, femininity, everybody knows that. Gentleness, being soft, appreciative. And I was thinking about T-Mobile. And T-Mobile is pink and white. And so, necessarily, and most of the time now, I don't watch a lot of TV, but most of the time when I see certain particular ads with T-Mobile, there are a lot of women in it. And so it resonates and it is attractive, a business that's attractive to a lot of women. And I don't know if that's what they intended, or that was just something that just happened and it just came together and it just made sense to T-Mobile's marketing team to say, okay, let's target target our business to women. But that is what pink symbolizes. Purple symbolizes royalty, expensiveness, and sophistication, which we all kind of already know that. Blue symbolizes confidence, establishment, loyalty, security, and trustworthiness. I can think of one particular brand, one particular logo, and that's Ford. And even though Ford has taken a lot of hits across the years, people still trust Ford. People still trust Ford. And I think it has a lot to do with their color palette and how they build their marketing around that particular color. And green symbolizes the environment, health, healing, tranquility. One of the logos that I can think of as green is Starbucks. That's a famous one. And, people are drinking coffee and you just see them. They just look so relaxed and they just seem like they just, that they're just in their own little quiet little world. And it seems like Starbucks really picked a good one with green. Brown, simplistic, solid. And brown is one of my colors, and a lot of people are like, why in the world did you pick brown? But brown is just it's a warm color, and it's a solid color, and that's one of the things that I wanted to cater to in my business is being solid, being dependable, being strong. Gray symbolizes authority, respect, and stability. Black symbolizes boldness, being classic, and being distinct. So those are the basic colors. And Now, the next thing that I'm going to talk about, and I said I was going to do just a little bit of this, and I'm going to give Patrina an opportunity to jump in when I talk about, and she's laughing at me, give her an opportunity to talk about social media platforms and how you use those to build your branding, to build your business and branding. First thing that I have in my notes is that choose networks that support your image. And that is really, really important. I remember when I first started my business, every social media platform that came out, I was jumping on it. And it got to the point to where I was neglecting certain particular platforms because I really wasn't getting any feedback. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, oh my goodness, well, maybe it's just me. And I had to realize that this is not where the majority of your target audience is for your particular brand, your particular business. And so that is very, very key. Choose platforms that support your image and who you are as a business. Choose. Now, I'm going to go over these few right here. I know with Facebook, you have more of the older, I'm not going to say older, but you have like what they call them, the baby boomers. You have the baby boomers that are on Facebook. I mean, you have all ages, but when you're professionally speaking, you have baby boomers. The majority of the baby boomers are on Facebook. And I have seen that to be true. With Instagram, it's a mix, but you have a lot of younger people that are in their 20s. So if you are attracting people that are running businesses in hair care, clothing, sales, retail, makeup, things like that, that is a prime platform for you to use if you are in that particular business. LinkedIn is really for like the corporate, you're catering to corporate America. And that is really, I'm not going to say it's hard, but it requires a lot of work to be able to put yourself and brand yourself on LinkedIn, because you have to really, the bar is really, really set high. And if you want to get there, you got to really jump. You got to really jump and get there. So LinkedIn is really of corporate influences. Pinterest is really this kind of shocked me a little bit, that it caters mainly to women and women that are in education, that are in culinary arts. If your business is in cooking and things like that, if you are in education, you're a teacher. If you sell clothing and jewelry, if you're in arts and crafts, Pinterest is a great platform for you to use. Make sure that now I'm not going to say that. I'm going to let Patrina say that part right there. Okay. So Patrina, jump in and give us some of your thoughts about branding on social media platforms.
Okay. When you're branding, I hear an echo. Is that me?
Well, I hear
branding your business on different platforms. The easiest way for me to do it, because I use the basic platforms, which is Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and of course I have my website. So I post the same thing on each one of those platforms, and that way I can get a general idea of who am I, what type of people am I attracting to my business. So if I post the same post on Twitter and don't get any response, I post the same post on Instagram and get maybe 2 or 3 responses. Then I post it on Facebook and I get maybe 10 to 15 responses. That platform lets me know that, hey, I got people over here, so maybe I'll start paying attention a little more to that platform. So I still will post all my things on the same platform, post the same thing, But on Facebook, I just would be more closely or more in tune with it because I know there are people out there that really like my business and really, know what I do and everything. So I would pay that more attention. Now, as far as the new apps that are out, because there are 1,000,001 apps that people use and utilize for their business. I recently just downloaded Snapchat. I don't know what Snapchat is, but I just downloaded it, and hopefully I would be success in it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I think that, it's always good to try those new apps out to see if it's good for your business, because you never know. And just like you were saying, different platforms have different age limitations. They have different people who go to those different platforms. And then with recently, it's like video has taken over, like everything. So usually we would just be, typing and maybe do some little graphics and grasp people's attention. But now that all the new apps are coming out, Facebook has integrated the video, go live, and YouTube and other platforms are out there for you to go live. So video will be one of the main things that you should utilize when marketing your business. So, and for myself, I always say like, oh, I don't really like doing video. I'm not I'm not that type of, I guess, open person to just talk and chat all on video all the time. But I find that it is important that you do, get a one-on-one type of thing with your potential clients, because they're not here with you. They are, all over the place. So you do want to present them with a face, and you do want to kind of get a good relationship with your potential clients, your friends, or, whomever. And just by you showing your face and saying hello, or, saying something sweet, simple, you attract those different type of people. So those platforms are good for social media.
I agree. I agree, because we are living in a technological society, and just about everything that with dealing with business, you're going to deal with some type of technology. And some of my clients that are older, they are, I don't want to know. There's social media stuff, and Facebook has gotten such backlash from older people that they're not even realizing the wealth in using it in building your business and building your brand, because it is it's all about how you use it. It's all about how you use it.
Right.
And that leads me to talk about making sure that with your social media platforms, that you have valuable content. And I was over here nodding when you were talking about how you share different things from your business on your various platforms, and that is important because you're establishing consistency. And that is really, really key with your social media platforms. If you have especially if you have more than one platform, and that's something that
baby or not.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. This is all a part of branding. This is part of branding. And and
the time of daddy, she's not used to daddy, so she just giving him the business.
Okay. So so it's really important, and that's one thing that I'm learning, is that I make sure that I'm consistent. That if I share something on my Facebook page, that I'm sharing it on Instagram, that I'm sharing it on Twitter, and so forth and so forth. And consistency is really key in building and establishing your brand with social media platforms. Also, one thing that I have done with social media platforms is to have contests, to use different types of campaigns to help promote your business, to help promote who you are and what it is that you have to offer to your customers or your clients. Because one thing that I learned about contests is that contests, people will say, okay, well, maybe they're offering something that's going to be able to help me. So that's kind of going like the extra mile to show that you care about their needs and that you are serious about providing solutions to whatever problems that they have with their business or what have you. So social media is good for helping you with your branding. And I had something else that I was going to say, and I just forgot. So must not be impotent because I just forgot it just that quick. I was going to say something else about social media. And now I'm going to talk about business cards. And business cards have been around like forever, and that is a lot of people don't realize how influential that business cards are in branding, because your business card is a snapshot of you. If you're in a networking event, people hadn't had time to go to your website or view any of your social media links, platforms, or whatever, you present that business card to them, it should connect and help and to help you to stand out from somebody else that's at the event that is selling hair, or that is a business coach, or that is doing whatever. You need to be able to stand out, and your business cards should be consistent with your website. It should be consistent with other media pieces that Patrina is going to talk about. So your business card is your snapshot of who you are and and it should be a snapshot of to be able to relate to your target audience, so that when you approach somebody with your business card, they automatically say, okay, yeah, this is somebody that I need. This is somebody that I can see that, the problem that I have, they're going to be able to solve it. So you have to be consistent with even your business cards, that your business cards stand out with your social media platforms, with your website, other media pieces, one sheets, and blah, 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 and all of that. All of that has to gel. It has to connect, and it has to provide what? Value. It has to provide value. So now I'm going to shut my mouth for a minute, and I'm going to turn this exhale moment over to Patrina.
Yay! Okay, I want to touch on something about the business cards. When you are designing, or when you are looking for designs for your business cards, or you look for content to put on your business cards, it's important that you don't overcrowd your business cards. So if you are a life coach and you cater to different industries and whatnot, you don't have to list everything that you do on your business cards. A business card is mainly for contacting purposes only. So if you just put the basic information, your name, your position, maybe your phone number, email, and that's about it. Like everything else that can be on your website, or that can be something like a discussion opener for you and a potential client that you give your business card to. So don't overcrowd your business cards. Always, like she said, keep it in unison with all your other social media, and all your other branding and marketing tools. Now, I just wanted to show a preview of my business cards, because my business cards look just like my website. Like everything is the same. Mm-hmm. So I just want to let that be known. You don't have to overcrowd your business card. Right. Now, as far as with logos, now I do a lot of logos, and I've been in business for 4 years, so I had the opportunity to do over like 300-400 logos. Mm-hmm. So the first thing, like, I have my clients there, of course, tell me what they want, and I'm like, okay, I first look at the name of their business, and then I look at their industry, and then from there, I just automatically go off into my own little creative world. And some clients, they do come with their own designs, their own concepts, their ideas.
Right.
Now, even though in business, everybody want to be different. We want to be so unique that we want our stuff to look like all crazy looking and stuff. But to be unique and to be one of a kind, you don't have to do too much. And a lot of clients that come to me, they have like these crazy ideas. I want hair all the way over here. I want glitter all over there. I want this. I want that. And I'm like, if you look and you study logos and you see how simple they are, how simple they look, they're not too much going on. It's just a simple stamp that says, hey, this is the name of my company. This is what I do. And that's basically what your logo should be. It should not be too busy to, a person have to try to, look at it real hard to figure out what it is or what it's saying. So when creating a logo or getting a logo done, be simple. Simple is always the best. And I want to touch on color schemes, like what you were saying. Now, I like working with different colors. I say maybe 3 colors at the most into your logo. If it's more than 3 colors, then if it's not a rainbow, then it looks like it's all over the place. So you don't want your logo to be an eyesore. You don't want your marketing. You don't want anything to be an eyesore. So if you have those different crazy looking objects and things like that, it's going to be an eyesore. It's not going to be something that looks unique. It's going to be like, oh, okay, I'm trying to figure out what it is. And then you have people that like it and, support you. But then you have those others that will look at it and, like myself, that's all I do on a day-to-day basis. When I'm on my social media, when I'm reading my emails and anything else, when I'm out and about, when I go to stores, I'm always looking at store marketing. I'm looking at everybody's marketing. I'm studying everything. So I wanted to, I look at everything. Oh, okay. I look at everything because if you pay attention to the trends and the marketing around you, that's what you can kind of build your marketing off of and what really sells and really attracts people to your business. So with color schemes, I say don't use more than 3 colors unless you're doing a rainbow or something for kids or, some cars or something like that, because you definitely don't want it to look crazy. And you have people that look, and like I was saying, you have people that look and won't say nothing. You have people that will look and just be like, but me personally, if one of my clients have a idea in mind, I always shoot them the idea that they have, and then I shoot them my ideas, which most of the time my ideas come out better than theirs because they're like, oh, okay, that's how it would look. Or I didn't think about that. Maybe I should have did this color or, so I always try to do that and provide that for my clients. And then as far as content, when you're posting on your social media and things like that, and say if you are a blogger, a fashion blogger, if you're into beauty, makeup, anything like that, my Facebook is my personal page, and I post business and I post family things. But on my business Facebook, on my business Instagram, on my website, and on my LinkedIn and other social platforms, I'm always doing it strictly business. So when you're posting on those websites, keep it strictly business. If you're in the beauty industry, you touch subjects on the beauty industry. If you're doing fashion, touch all the subjects in fashion, whether it be a designer, a pretty print, a new item, a piece of clothing that's coming out, anything like that that's related to that industry. And you don't want to venture off and just post anything that doesn't relate to what you have going on, because that drives people away. It's like, say if I post a post on Facebook for my business, and I'm talking about, because all I talk about is marketing, branding, advertising. So if one day out the blue I just start talking about I don't know, because I cater to like all industries, but if you just one day out the blue post something and people, you will attract people, but it won't be the main people that was, catching that you was willing in before you posted. So it's always important. keep all your content on one level. Keep everything in unison with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that all your content relates to your business or project. And then okay. Right. Okay, let me touch back on the logo real quick because I just read something. So touch back on the logo. Now, when you're creating a logo, we have like ideas, we have things that we want, or we have like, maybe or a grandma or something that you would try to want to incorporate in your logo because, grandma means so much to me and her favorite color is purple. So let me do my logo purple in remembrance of my grandma. Or, just doing little things like that. That's cool. But at the same time, you have to make sure that you're getting all your work done by professionals. And then because I have clients that do this all the time. I have clients that come and they want business cards and they want logos and they want websites. So if I'm doing your website, your logo, and your business cards, everything is going to be on the same level. It's not going to be looking crazy. So a lot of people, they break relationships with, their marketing and things like that. So when they get something done, it's like, okay, this person over here got it $10 cheaper. Let me go over here to them. And you get that and it's cheaper, but it's not on the same level as what your logo would look like because you didn't get your logo from that person. You got your logo from that person. So everything looks different. So if you build trust in your marketing, your graphics team, your advertising, or whomever, build that trust, continue to go to the same people because you want all your stuff to look the same. Now you can always go to another person and show them, previous work that you had done, but at the same time, that person's eye is not like the other person's eye, so it will definitely look off. So when you're marketing, getting your marketing materials, promo materials, things like that, always try to go with one person. That way your stuff is not all over the place.
I agree.
And then, let's see. I don't know if we were talking about websites or not, but as far as websites, same as with websites, make sure that everything is on one accord, all your color schemes, everything is together within that website. Make sure that you're not overcrowding your website. And at the same time, make sure that you don't have too much wording, because when people go on a website, say I give you my business card, you look at my website or my business card, you go to my website, all you want to see is my work. You don't want to read nothing else except that, because when I hand you my business card, I've told you who I am, how many years I've been in business, what I'm doing, and things like that. So when you look at my website, all you want to see is work. So that's what you mostly put on your website. You put your work, you put all the things that you've done, your successes, all that stuff. You put that on so people can see, because that's what people want to see when it comes to websites. And then as far as websites, it should be your main station, like your main central station for everything as far as social media and work or blogging or things like that. Everything should always go back to your website. So what I do mostly is I post my website on all my social media platforms, and then I blog from my website. I do a lot of things from my website because I want traffic to my website. I don't want to direct all my traffic to my Facebook or all my traffic to Instagram. I want people to actually go on my site, see the things that I've done, submit orders, and, let's work. But a lot of times people focus more, on social media because they feel like their website is just there, or a lot of people have websites and they don't know how to properly use their websites. They don't know how to market their websites. But you market your website the same as you market your social media platforms. You
Mm-hmm.
just post it and you talk about it and you say, hey, visit my website. Hey, go to my website for this. Go to my website for that. You don't just say, oh, go look on my Facebook. I got this on my Facebook and this and that. You point people to your website, because that is the purpose of you building it, getting someone to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, why waste money? Direct people there, get your money's worth, and direct people to your website. So that's pretty much all I have to say about marketing. The content and the business cards and the logos.
Okay. I agree with that. One thing that you continue to address was consistency, and it's really important that branding in with value and content, you have to be consistent. Those are very important, because like you said, you know, if you have two different marketing specialists, and you've got one person that's working on this, and their idea of who you are is portrayed in your logo one way, and then you have somebody else that's working on your website and they're doing this, and there's no communication between the two if you choose to use more than one. And so then you have inconsistency, because you have your logo looking one way and then your website looking like something else. So I agree 150% that consistency is very, 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 very important. And when you're doing your different media pieces, such as websites, blogs, business cards, social media platforms, and even in something that's kind of like dinosaur, but people still use it, media kits, media packets, you want to be consistent even with that. Advertising kits, be consistent. Be consistent. That is the key. That is the key that Katrina was driving through tonight to us, is that we have to be consistent across all different types of media pieces, because that is what helps you to be branded. And you know, and when you look at the word itself, brand, and we're not even speaking from a professional standpoint, but brand is something that it's etched in, and it's recognizable, that it categorizes you. That if you have I'm getting ready to use a really crazy example. Those that know me, you know, y'all know something wrong with me anyway. But if you've got brown cows, and you've decided to set 5 of them apart, and you put a brand K on them, and then you get 5 more brown cows and you brand the letter M on them, they're going to be set apart. Even if you put all those cows back together, you're going to be able to distinguish which one belongs to K, because they're going to all have the brand K on it. And that's why it's very, very important. Consistency is very, very important. And one thing that I wanted to bring out, and if anybody wanted to chat in, and okay, I don't know what that's doing. My computer doing its own thing, I guess. But interrupting me, this doggone computer got its own thing going on at the bottom of the screen. I'm looking like, what is that? But with branding, and this is in relation to your clients or your customers. Your customers or clients, whether they're potential or existing, or if they come as referrals, they are in one of 3 categories. They're either emotional buyers, they're need-based buyers, or they are analytical. And emotional buyers, they buy on impulse. And your logo, your color scheme, all of that, all of that ties into how you are attracting your target market. So if you are attracting people that you want people that when they just see your stuff, that you just want them to automatically just go ahead and buy, then you need to pick a color palette, and you need to have content. You need to have SEO words and keywords, AdWords, and all of that other good stuff that's going to attract those type of people. Okay, they buy based on how they feel. McDonald's. There are some people who can't stand McDonald's food, but when they are hungry, they're going to pull into McDonald's because that yellow sign represents joy and happiness, and all they're thinking about is, if I eat, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be joyful. So they will pull over into McDonald's and be complaining how I can't stand McDonald's food, but this hamburger, no, it is good. So if you attract your target market is, you want people to purchase based on how they feel. They're impulsive, and I'm not saying that in a negative way, but if those are the people that you are looking to, that's the mindset of 85 to 95% of your target market, then that is what you need to be. That's what you need to strive for in your branding. Needs-based people. These are people that look, they don't care what you got, what you do. They only gonna get what they need. And so you need to pick your content, your words, everything, your color scheme. All of that has to be attractive to those type of buyers, those type of purchasers. And if you have analytical people that are bargain shoppers, that they're going to look for the greatest value for their money. Then you pick color schemes, you pick color palettes, you pick your words. Like Patrina was saying about when you go to a website, you're looking for the proof in the pudding. Okay, you're not necessarily looking for a whole biography. When somebody is looking for what they can get for the best of their money, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for what they can get as a good deal for their money, and that's what they want to see on your website. That's the kind of content that they want to see on your social media platforms. They don't want all this other stuff that's clouding and jumbling stuff up to where they've got to search for it, because like Patrina said, they're going to lose interest. They're going to lose interest quick. So those are, keep those things in mind. And I'm going to open up the flow. If anybody got a question, if anybody has a comment, anything that you want to ask Patrina. Oh, y'all ain't got to jump in at once. Anybody got nothing to say? Y'all just going to sit here and let me and Patrina do our talk. Well, I guess, thank you. And it comes in the information that we have, it comes from experience. I've only been in business a little over a year, but I've been in marketing and advertising for some years, for at least 10 years. And I've learned a lot within those 10 years as the trends have changed, but the foundations have never changed. Consistency, value, those two things that Patrina and I have talked about, that's never going to change. When I first got into advertising, we were still doing things on paper. We were still going and printing out stuff at Kinko's. Y'all might not know nothing about no Kinko's. In places like Office Depot and stuff like that. But
own yourself.
But now you got everything. Right. And I'm gonna tell you, I did an mini ebook, and I talked about flyers because I'm like, people sit there and make fun of flyers. I'm like, don't y'all make fun of flyers. I'm like, flyers are still good. They're still relevant. You just have to know how to use them when you're branding and marketing. So it's really, it comes from a lot of, even with trial and error. learning who you are as a business person. And also, and I'm gonna tell you another thing about branding, and then I'm gonna shut up. Is that branding? It really helps you to really take a look at you and what it is that you're trying to give to your clients. Because I know some, the big question is when people say, okay, well, what is it that you want to do with your business? What do we say? We want to make money. That's what we say. That's a legitimate answer, but we need to be able to provide a service, because we have to be able to answer that question for ourselves. And what is it that you're trying to do with your business? And that we have to produce the answer so that our target market, our target audience will be able to they'll be able to receive the answer that we give them. And the answer comes in through branding and marketing. And and even with you honing your products or your services, which is good and it is important, but if you don't brand it and if you don't market it right, it's not going to move the way that it should. And so that's all that I have. Did anybody else have anything to say? I think Red World, DJ, and I thank for being on, and Asia, and Exquisite, Purely Exquisite, Olivia, Obi. I thank everybody for being on tonight. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, Purely, I got you.
I didn't have anything else to say as far as the subject for tonight. But if anyone had any questions or anything like that on branding, I have a worksheet or a workshop as for branding. It's for free. It has all the questions that you may need to ask yourself or need to know before you start branding yourself. Just define your business, because a lot of times when people just wake up one day and say, I want to start a business. I want to sell this. I want to sell that. And that's what they do. They wake up one day. Like you said earlier, anybody can buy products. Anybody can buy anything and make themselves, a business owner. But if you don't really understand the insight to business, your business will not flourish as much.
Right.
You will make money, won't make as much as your potential could be. And that goes to, learning what your brand is, learning who your target market is, and learning just all the basics of your business. Because just going out there and just, going out there with no wings or whatever, you are not going to get very far unless you have some type of education or you take advice from individuals like myself and Tanya. Or get a coach or anything like that, just to motivate you and to give you some pointers along the way when starting your business. But that's it.
All right. Well, I enjoyed this. I did one, and I think I did well with staying within my time, and it helped to. I did kind of get off my script a little bit, but I just thank everybody for being on tonight, and I hope this was beneficial. And I'm going to put in my link here to my website, and you can reach me there. And Katrina, you can put yours in there. You got it in there. Cool. So if you have any questions or you think of anything after the blab is over with and you want to talk to either one of us, you can do so. And that's pretty much all that I have. Wait a minute. What am I doing? Okay. So you can hit us up on there. Also, We are on Facebook. You want to put your link on there, Katrina?
Mm-hmm. Everything is basically the same. Facebook, Instagram, everything is Twitter, Elite Business Solutions. And that goes again with your brand because you have people that one name is this on something and the other name is that. It's like, okay, your name this and that. And then you have those individuals who they want to mix personal with business and they still have a personal brand or personal pages. But okay, so yeah, my Facebook is Elite Business Solutions. My Twitter is Elite Business. And Instagram is Elite Business Solutions.
Cool. Well, that just does it for us ladies tonight. And hey. We're getting ready to go, but hey.
Gerald. You have time next time. We're doing great.
Okay. Well, if that's all, nobody has any questions, any comments, and just catch us in the replay if you just now join us. And you can also go to our links. The video will be available there. It'll also be available on my YouTube channel. I think that's my YouTube channel name. I think it's under Upright Solutions. If not, just go into the whatchamacallit, it'll take you there, the search engine. But I think it is youtube.com/Upright Solutions. So, or you can just start using, or you can just come back to blab .im /write-it-right7. And that's my whatchamacallit, my slogan. So that's so you could either do that or you can catch either one of us on any of these tags that we've posted in the chat box. And we are out of here. And we thank you all for joining us tonight.
Hope you all learned something.
Good night. And thank you, Katrina, for being our co-host tonight. We have really enjoyed this, and we have given you all $1,000 worth of content and help tonight. So for free. So right. We just thank you all, and be on the lookout for more Blab videos that will be coming. I have one that's going to be coming pretty soon, and I forgot the name of it just that quick, but I'll remember it sometime later on tonight when I'm sleeping. And just stay tuned to us, and we're out of here. Y'all have a good night.